Okay, guys, again. The late adopter. Hi guys, doing? I'm messing everything up. First of all, I forgot to change the thumbnail. And the second of all, I forgot to put on, other stuff. I forgot even to change the settings here. I literally forgot everything, and I forgot also to turn on the mic when I was doing the intro. I'm totally out of the shape for doing the Bitcoin daily, but we gotta start with Bitcoin dailies again. So we're gonna see how this actually goes out. How's everybody doing in the chat? Andrew MP, DJ AV Styling, how you doing, man? Badge Guitar, good morning, man. Conscious Gaber, Alexander, Aleksandar Viktorović. Privet something, I don't know. I tried, it's okay, it's good enough. Aleksandar Viktorović Privet, I don't know, something. Hey man, you're the funniest here on YouTube. Thanks man, I appreciate it. I don't think I'm funniest. I think Jordan Cameron is a little bit funnier than me, but Baba Froga, znao sam da postoji Bitcoin Daily, ali nisam znao da je doslovno daily. Prvi puta sam se probudio dovoljno rano. Hvala što je intro back. Well, we stopped doing Bitcoin dailies for a long time, so we stopped doing intros daily for a long time. But I figured out when I was doing intros dailies, my sleep schedule was kind of okay. Because in these last couple of weeks, during the Christmas and stuff like that, my sleep schedule is totally off, totally 100% off. So I thought if I can get back to the Bitcoin dailies, maybe my sleep schedule will, correct itself. So that's the plan. It's Russia, guys. Hello, guys. Hi, man. How you doing? Okay, so I'm gonna check out what's happening in Bitcoin. No further ados and stuff like that. Yes, time to panic stuff. So I'm gonna show you some nice lines, guys. Sorry, this is Doge. We are not looking at Doge right now. Bitcoin. This is Bitcoin. So I'm gonna show you some nice lines up here, and this line up here is a very important line. It goes from over here, these bottoms, and this bottom down here. So you definitely do not wanna, under any circumstance, drop through this line. Bitcoin right now looks like it's having a really hard time, getting back up. It looks like I was expecting big bounce up here. The bounce is not coming, guys. The bounce is not coming. It's kind of just waiting, and this is the worst case scenario right now. This is the worst case scenario. So what are we thinking up here? It's Bitcoin looks weak, and we do not want to cross this line on the downside. We do not want to cross this line on the downside, because if you cross this line on the downside, guys, this is the time to panic. Okay, this is the panic area down here. You do not want to get into that. That's terrible. That's terrible. Technically, the terrible stuff is below this slowdown here. Yeah, it's on the same spot up here. Around that's around 46,000. You go down there, you are kind of done. You're kind of done. So this is bear market area. Like it's so bad. Like there is definitely no other way to draw this kind, this pattern up here. If we fall below this, we might do some kind of nice pump towards the upside, to retest this and continue towards the downside. This is gonna be very, very bad for the price. So under no circumstances you want to cross this line on the downside, because that's terrible. That's terrible. Now I've seen some people calling this a bump and run pattern, and bump and run pattern is pretty legit. You got some kind of let's just move this over here a little bit. So bump and run pattern, usually starts by you goes towards the upside. You have some kind of lead in phase, and then you bump towards the upside big time, and this is called a bump. So you gotta lead in phase. This is lead in phase, and then you got bump phase. This is the bump phase, and once this bump phase is done, it starts to run on the downside. This is the run, right? So this is what people are talking about right now, and they are correlating this this leading bump and run phase with what's happening in Bitcoin right now. And you can see here that it is some kind of bump and run phase up here. It is going into, you know, this is a lead-in, this is a bump, and right now we should be going for the run up here. So technically we are entirety of this move is a run move. Now this inverted chart right now I just did so I can show you, because when you know, change the other way around, you got some kind of lean in, bump, and then you got to run, right? So same over here, lead in, bump, and then you got to run phase up here. So this is what people are talking about right now. Whether this is true or not, you know, depends. But we are holding this because this downtrend got broken up here. This is just, you know, retesting this trend line up here, retesting the trend line, and as long as we hold this trend line up here, and you know, this just might be the run phase, right? This might just be the run phase. This might be the bottom down here at this bump and run reversal triangle up here. So it looks all good and nice, and but like we said, if we break this on the downside, it won't look good. If we break this level on the downside, it won't look good. First of all, there are several key levels we are breaking here on the downside. You don't want to break these levels. We got right something like maybe 3-4% towards down. So if you see today maybe Bitcoin being down by 3% on the downside, we are probably, you know, below these levels. We are probably below these levels. You can see a lot of confluence here with these support lines up here and down here. So we are definitely at some kind of support right now, and if we start breaking this on downside, it's not gonna take that much. But if you do break this on downside, this might be you know, this might start looking very, very bad. And we're gonna go into small time frames, but this does not look that well right now. You also, if you pop some moving averages up here, you'll see right now that we close, this is a daily time frame, so we close below 10, 20 and 200 moving average. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit up here. You can see that we close below all of these three moving averages. 1, 2, 3, that's 10, 20 and 200 moving average. We closed back below everything down here, and right now we are just sitting below this 200 moving average. Now this is not you know, the worst case scenario, because we have previously been below 200 moving average, so it's not that of a good support technically speaking right now, but you know, it is some kind of support resistance. Previously we just came right back. Next time we kind of hugged from the bottom side and then bounced back, and up here we are still technically not dumping yet. We are still technically not dumping yet. It's all good and dandy so far, but it does look kind of messy, and you know, you definitely don't want to fall below, what's that, 46. I would say like last levels are 46,000 give or take. We fall through that, it's gonna be really hard to recover. Now this is the daily time frame, so this means that we go down here and close below 46,000. That's the worst case scenario, so we definitely don't want to do that. Now if we go in and check out the small time frames, you're gonna see the problem here. You're gonna see the problem, and the problem is that yesterday when we were actually dumping, we were watching this live. We were watching this live all the way up here, something like that. I was up very late yesterday, you know, so we are watching this live, and we were expecting some kind of big bounce towards the upside. Why were we expecting some kind of big bounce towards the upside? Because RSI down here was at RSI was down here at 29 levels. RSI was at 29 levels. MACD wasn't actually that helpful, but my own indicator, my own overbought indicator was down at very overextended levels towards downside. Now this has two ways to play out. You can see here previously these levels have not been reached before that often. So oftentimes when you reach these levels, there is two ways to play this. Oftentimes when you reach overbought levels, you kind of just, you know, retrace very back, you know, bounce very hard towards the upside. Or in case of the weakness where Bitcoin is not showing that much strength, it kind of goes sideways, and this indicator down here does resets and goes back. As you can see right now, it is going back to the zero line up here, which is not the best case scenario. So what does this mean for us? It means that we might expect more dump if this does not follow through. So you can see these moving averages right now coming for us towards downside. You can see this 200 moving average on the 4 hourly been, we tried to break it up here failed, went up, broke it, and right back down again. That was failure, went all the way back down to here. Right now these moving averages are coming for us, and if we start getting rejected by these moving averages on the downside and we break this 46 line down here, that's kind of the place where you wanna kind of start panicking. So the panicking area is down here. Is there any hopium today? Hopium today is that this is a bump and run pattern, and we are, still hoping, for bump and run. Now, this trend is the best thing you can actually get out of, anything today. This trend down here. The fact that we broke this downtrend over here is the best case scenario that we could, ask for up here. So we broke it on downside. We went down here. We are retesting the same lows down here. So I am definitely still hopeful that this is gonna, hold, and we are just gonna bounce up here. I'm just saying that if we, for whatever reason, fall below 46,000 levels down here, this is very, very bad area. We do not want to be down there for whatever reason. This looks like it's just consolidating for these moving averages, and this can definitely just bounce right back up. I was actually expecting a 30-day last night. I was expecting to bounce right back up again. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And the longer this goes on, the longer this, you can see here, even on the 1 hourly time frame, we are having so much hopes for Bitcoin to, go up here, go up here and continue towards the upside and just retrace the back again. It is still just going sideways, and we need just a small move towards the upside above this 10 and 20 moving average here on the 4 hourly time frame, and that's gonna give us maybe enough bullishness to continue towards the upside. There is one thing on the small time frames, is actually on the 4 hourly time frames, that I think is a little bit bullish. It's not actually on the 4 hour time frame because that's bad. It's on 1 hourly time frame. Yeah, it's on 1 hourly time frame, and that's that MACD is losing strength on the 1 hourly time frame. So that's kind of good thing. We like that, but I think it's kind of already played out because it is already, lost strength up here. We went up, and right now we're going towards downside a little bit again. But it is kind of showing straight, but it's a 1 hourly time frame. 4 hourly is not showing that. Unfortunately, 4 hourly is having this, increasing in momentum towards downside. The RSI is following it. The TLA OVX is following, so everything is playing towards downside. I don't want to check the volume because volume is a little bit biased, I think, but even a volume up here was actually going down towards this. So this is maybe the only thing that I'm seeing right now that is showing some kind of strength. So besides some kind of support levels and volume going down a little bit down here, maybe that's all we need, to bounce back up, back up. Now we are still at very low levels here on the RSI, and drop down will definitely put us some kind of very oversold levels. And it can do that. If you drop on the downside, we might just bounce back from that, and that would be also a good thing, but we definitely do not want to cross on the bottom side. But we are a little bit oversold and stuff like that. Let's see here on the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we are at, just at 46 levels up here. We are still not above the zero line on the MACD up here, so that's not very helpful. And no indicator is overbought or oversold or anything like that. It's just playing in the range, and we are below the moving averages. So that's that. So how this is gonna play out, maybe we're gonna get some kind of doji down here and then bounce, tomorrow straight up towards the upside. I don't know how this is gonna play out. The only thing I want to do with today's video is just say that I under no circumstance want to break 46 level. Okay, so how this actually gonna play out, in the next next day or two, I don't know. It's really hard, especially on the small time frames. It's really hard to figure out what's gonna happen just over here. Are we just gonna dump? Like, this doesn't look good. Like, this is up here, you lost it, you try to get it back up again. Right now you're losing that, you're going below these lines up here. It looks like he wants to go for another dumpage here while we are doing the live right now. So we're gonna see how that actually plays out, but under no circumstance do we want to just go all the way down here and go to certain levels down here. This is the last support, so if we start dumping down here again, I'm looking at some kind of 46 levels down here, give or take 46, 46, doesn't matter really, around 46 levels. I'm looking at 46 levels to be very good support. But if you start losing that support, it might just be very bad. So for today's video, just remember that this support down here at 46,000 is like the ultimate support. We do not want to lose that. If you start losing that, like it can turn ugly pretty quick. Anyways, guys, any questions? I stay in as I don't want to realize a loss. Yes, that's one way to do it. Now, technically, it's not, you know, it's not the worst case scenario, because this is only one candle towards downside. It's getting everybody feared. I think fear and greed index is right now 27, so it's you know, people are definitely at some kind of fear, but they're not, you know, I'm selling everything and, you know, going on the beach. Triple bottom then to the moon. Yeah, triple bottom then to the moon. We already had triple bottom down here. Maybe, you know, 1, 2, 3 triple bottom down here. You know, oh, you know, 1, 2, 3, and then we bounced up here. So this might just be some kind of retest, as long as we are creating a higher, you know, because right now we are creating higher highs and higher lows, and definitely this is definitely a good pattern to have, right? The problem is just that we dump too much. Like you can see these dumps towards downside here. When this dump happened, everybody also thought we were going to zero, but we started calling bottom down here. At 47,000 we said this is bottom, this cannot actually move towards downside anymore, and it tried to move a couple of times towards downside, but this was technically the bottom down here, right? So we called the bottom pretty much down here, and you know, that was that. So these big moves towards the downside, these already happened like 3 times prior to this move. So these, you know, 5-6% towards downside is not that big of a deal. But it was not, but you have to take that into consideration, that it was not big deal up here, it is a big deal up here. So that's why we are, you know, everybody's reacting the way they are reacting, because it is kind of a big deal. Because if we drop just a little bit towards downside, because right now a lot of stuff is reset on this part up here, we can definitely see some kind of lower levels tomorrow. I just don't want to talk about some kind of lower levels. I just want to say that I do not under any circumstance want to fall down here, because that's gonna be, you know, ugly. Hi, Rice, how you doing? Weaves, wait. I feel at least I'm stuck with ADA. Oh, ADA is, you know, stuck with XRP is better than stuck with many other coins. Write it out. That's one way to do it. Tell that to the people buying in 2017. What is your opinion on Altseason? There is no Altseason right now. It's, you know, it's gonna take a while for that to come back. In case we cross. By the way, let's check out the Altseason right now. No, not this chart. This chart up here. Okay, let's BTC USDT. Let's this the price scale. Now there is no Altseason. You can see that the Bitcoin price is going towards downside. Bitcoin price is going towards downside, and the dominance is going towards downside as well. So that means that dominance, technically Bitcoin is losing right now more than altcoins, because when Bitcoin is going down and dominance is going down as well, that means that altcoins are, so that means that Bitcoin is going down something like this, right? And altcoins are going down something like this, right? So Bitcoin is losing more value than altcoins right now. So technically some altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin right now, technically the way this looks, right? Because this over here is Bitcoin going down, it's losing in value, but you know, the dominance is also losing in value, right? So this means that, you know, technically altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, right? But there is no Altseason just yet. There is no Altseason just yet. Unfortunately, there is no Altseason just yet. But yeah, altcoins are outperforming Bitcoin, which might actually indicate which might indicate, you know, that there is definitely bullishness and that this might actually bounce up here. What do you think will be the bear market bottom? Around the 20k, 18-20k or something like that. I think we talked about that. It's pretty straightforward. It's the 50 moving, sorry, it's not 50 moving average, it's the weekly, let's see up here, weekly 200 moving average. So it's down here at some kind of 18,000 right now. Before it was around 12, but this moves towards the upside all the time. So if there's some kind of market bottom, it's the 200 moving average. It's 200 moving average. you know, it's the 200 moving average. That's what we are looking for, right? So 200 moving average is all the way down here. So if this starts going towards downside down here, it might be something like 25,000, right? Again, and you know, bounce off of that. But yeah, definitely we are looking at 200 moving average as a very important line of support. If we're gonna get there, if we get there, of course. My portfolio of 18 alts are pretty much on pair with Bitcoin dump since the top. Some of them, usually there is 1 or 2 alts that do well. Yeah, I mean, there are definitely a couple of, I'm looking at like a lot of altcoins right now, and most of the altcoins are following Bitcoin. They're losing value, but you know, they're also gaining value when Bitcoin is going towards the upside. There are some coins that are gaining a lot more value than Bitcoin, so I think that's what, you know, making this dominance go down. But you know, when Bitcoin is going towards downside and dominance is going towards downside, that's when you know that altcoins are actually gaining a little bit more value than Bitcoin. So when alt season happen, we don't know. We're gonna know when it happens. We're gonna know. We don't know yet. Usually, what has to happen is Bitcoin needs to, you know, start a big move towards the upside. Because right now all the money is in Bitcoin and everybody's waiting for Bitcoin. So Bitcoin needs to start this move towards the upside, show some kind of strength, and once, you know, Bitcoin shows strength, that's when alt season starts. Because alt season always starts after Bitcoin does something. Okay, so alt season doesn't start down here, you know, and then, you know, goes, you know, alt season does go the same as Bitcoin. Alt season starts after Bitcoin has, you know, reached some kind of 60-70,000, and you know, people are very bullish. Once people become very bullish on altcoins and everything, that's when you know, and Bitcoin needs to be high, you know, that's when alt season, you know, kicks in big time. So I think you need to wait some kind of, you know, high level 60-70k or something like that for next alt season to kick in. I don't think the, you know, alt season is just gonna kick in if you just got some kind of 54-50. I think you need some kind of 60-70 level up here for alt season to kick in. So because alts really need Bitcoin to be bullish, because when Bitcoin is bullish, you know, alt season kicks in because people believe in altcoins, right, as well, because they see, okay, Bitcoin's done, you know, big moves towards that, let's go and buy altcoins, you know. So there is a lot of hype on altcoins, but right now, you know, it's too early. This is definitely, it is losing value, and dominance is losing value, so altcoins are gaining more value than Bitcoin, but there is no alt season yet. We need to do some nice moves to run 60-70,000 again to, you know, to alt season to start. Alt season already happened for months, just pick the right altcoins. We had 2 alt season. There is a video on Bitcoin dominance you can check out. Like, we had like 2 alt season already, so you can check. There is a video on let me find it. Crypto Bubbles YouTube. If you go to the channel late adopter, if you go to the channel, there is a video called this one, Bitcoin Dominance Explained. If you check out the video, Bitcoin Dominance Explained, this video over here, you also see that, you know, we already had two alt season already. Check blockchain, he's the man. I mean, I looked at the guy before, but I don't know. Did he say anything, you know, that's out of the ordinary lately? What can you expect? Bullishness in BTC? Nah, we just, you know, talked about, you know, we don't want to fall below these levels down here. Buy the double dip. Double dip, what's that? Buy the dip inside the double dip. Buy the dip. Did you guys see that? I'm gonna show you about buy the dip. Twitter. Go to Twitter. My Twitter up here. There is I post a very funny meme. I made the meme, by the way. I made the meme before 4th of December. Wait, this is the 13th December. We gotta go back 6th. This one. This is just before the dump. This is just before the dump, guys. This is just before the big dump. This is just before the big dump. Me buying what I think it's the dip. This is the dip. The dip. The dip. The dip. There is always a dip after a dip. Yeah. So. Okay, let's go to the small time frame and see what's happening up here a little bit Are we getting a lower lows? Yeah, we're going down. Do we have any kind of, yeah, there is kind of divergence up here going on. Yeah, there is definitely, like up here there was no divergence, like up here there was no divergence, but right now there is definitely divergence going on. So I think this might be one of the last dips up here before we bounce. If we right now start going towards downside, I think we might, you know, have a very fast recovery towards downside. I think this might, because let's see 4-hourly time frame. Like even 4-hourly time frame up here, maybe on some small time frame is showing, like, you know, that we cannot. I think we need to move towards that. I'm still on the, you know, upside train. I'm still on the bounce train. I just don't want to fall below 46,000 level. You know, I just want to don't fall here. This is you know, panic area down here. I don't want to fall there, but I think this already is, you know, and I've been saying since yesterday, we need to bounce, and this bounce over here, that's not enough bounce. That's not enough bounce. I think we are ready for the spring effect down here. I think we are ready for the spring effect up here, and then go towards the upside. I think this is what's happening right now over here, is the spring effect. We are kind of just pushing a little bit more towards the outside, and then, you know, riding, you know, the move towards the upside again. So this might be the spring effect that's happening up here. Let's see up here again. Yeah, this is, let's see 30-minute chart up here. Let's see 30 chart up here. There is no divergence, everything is going down. There might be some kind of you know, some kind of expanding wedge down here in this move up here. Now these expanding wedges, you know, are, you know, reversal things, so maybe that's some kind of hopium there. Maybe there's some kind of hopium there. Maybe. Let's see here. Even this one up here is there is no divergence up here on the 15 minutes and 30 minutes. There is divergence on the 30-minute chart a little bit up here. If it stops up here, then maybe there is some kind of divergence. But yeah, it's too small time frames. It's too small time. The bigger time frames, the 4-hourly shows a little bit, you know, push towards downside up here, but that can definitely go a little bit lower down here. Momentum is still increasing towards the downside, so it's like it's overextended, and you know, there are definitely some kind of signs that this might be some kind of bottom, but it's not that strong bottom, you know. I think it needs to bounce. I think this needs to bounce towards the upside. I was thinking that since, you know, yesterday up here, you know, we are watching it all the way up here, you know, but the bounce is just, you know, it's kind of lacking right now. This, you know, maybe it's gonna do this push towards downside where it's, you know, comes back right above the 20 moving average and then climbs back towards the upside, but it kind of looks weak. It kind of looks weak and without strength. So, you know, I'm definitely hoping this, you know, bump and run pattern can play out. The bump and run pattern being leading the bump and the run pattern up here, right? I definitely hope this is definitely some kind of support down here that we are sitting at. But you know, it kind of looks weak. It looks kind of a little weak. James at Investor Answers was saying that the leverage in the market is going right back up again. Yeah, I'm not really good at you know, analyzing what leverage means and stuff like that. So why is volume so low? You know, there is nothing. There's several ways to interpret the volume. You can see entire part over here, this sideways movement up here. This is technically all the way sideways movement. We are interpreting this as some kind of you know, some kind of a falling channel or wedge right here with a falling volume, and that was nice, that was good, but you know, it bounced up here. But right now we are still in some kind of a falling volume down here. So entirety of this pattern up here is still falling volume, and this is normal. Any kind of consolidation pattern, long consolidation pattern, will have falling volume towards the downside, because that's what consolidation patterns are. Destination minimum 9k. Chaco ban. No man. Somebody asked me in the chat just recently right now, hey man, what is the bottom if we go into the bear market? And I said around like 20,000, give or take. So 9k. But if stock market crashes to zero, you know, if stock market goes down, by the way, my target up here is kind of overshoot. So I called top up here at 47.40, but you know, we went above that. So I don't know what's happening right there. but this top up here, I also call this top up here, and this top is still, you know, not broken. But if stock market start crashing towards downside next year, I'm not quite sure how well Bitcoin will, you know, manage, but we'll see. But so far we are just bouncing between 46.6 and 52 since the 4th of December. Yeah, it's a range we are bouncing below, but there are some good things about this range though. There are some good things about this range. If you look at here, number one, this top up here is higher than this top, so technically we are creating higher high, which is good. And this bottom right now, it's higher than this bottom, so we are creating higher lows as well, which is good. So we cannot go down here again, because if you go down, if you go below down this level down here, close down here, there's so much problems down here that you just do not want to do that. So this is either the bottom. This is either the bottom, or if we fail that and go down, it's gonna be like panic, you know, because I don't see it going down. If this is some kind of bear market, something like that, it will go down. We are gonna get crushed. But if it's not bear market, if it's gonna go up like everybody on any on-chain analysis is saying, then I'm you know, then I'm calling this a button right now. I'm saying this is the button, needs to bounce. I'm saying since yesterday, man, this needs to bounce, but it's not bouncing, you know, it's not bouncing. It needs to bounce. It confused me. I thought BTC was hedged against the stock market crashing. If Nasdaq did get BTC, why not just invest in that? Well, stock market and Bitcoin are pretty much correlated, but I just made there was I got a video on YouTube as well. Of course, I got a video about everything, guys. I got video about everything. Here's it. You know, no, this wrong channel. I got videos about everything. So we've got the videos, and there is a video called "The Theory of Greatest Bull Run Ever." If you watch the video, I explain why I think that if stock market crashes, that it might just be very good for Bitcoin, because although previously it is being very correlated, I think that when it starts crashing, that people are gonna, you know, take the money and pump Bitcoin. So Bitcoin might, you know, I don't think they're gonna, you know, dump at the same time, but I think that might happen that, you know, money from stock market, once they start crashing, you know, people are gonna move out the money. I think they might go a lot into crypto and stuff like that and just pump crypto, you know, to some kind of insane levels. Can you teach me how to knit videos about everything? Not quite sure what you meant by that. 100% agree with you. Fellas, risk on assets tend to track together over mid to long term. Bounce? Nah, it's kind of. I mean, if you look at a 5-minute chart, maybe there is some kind of bounce up here, but you know, it's still not decent. You know, if you want, there is this. Let's look at a 5-minute chart up here. Like, you should never, guys. You should never look at, if you want to keep your health, guys. You should never look at 5-minute chart. I'm serious. Okay, so if you want to break this trend up here right now, you gotta get above something like 47.7 up here. You gotta get up upside. If you go towards downside, this is gonna be very bad, because these downtrend lines are a lot harder to break than the uptrend lines. So when you go towards the upside, I think right now, you know, we might, maybe this is some kind of button. Let's see on the 5-minute chart. Do we have the divergence down here? Yeah, we have the divergence on the 5-minute chart up here, but this is too much of the. We got 10 minutes up here. Yeah, there's divergence. Let's go to 15-minute chart. Yeah, there is divergence on everything here. So maybe this is the bottom, guys. Maybe this is the bottom right now, and right now we're gonna bounce. So let's call the bottom down here right now, because you know, why not? Let's call the bottom was down here at 47.9. Let's call the bottom. We like to calling the bottoms, guys. We like to call, you know, we are bottom calls. My wife said you should change your name to the bottom caller. This up here is the bottom, okay? Bottom up here, okay? This is the bottom. So this is the bottom on 50-minute chart. Not a financial advice, of course. But maybe this is just, you know, because we have tried to break this level, you know, down here, went up, right now trying to, so some kind of triple bottom down here, you know, and right now going towards the upside. Maybe, right? There is some kind of hope in there, right? Volume doesn't matter. Chaco Ban. There's a huge cup and handle on monthly gold chart. It play for years. If that breaks out to the upside, could that be correlated with the financial crash? Ooh, gold. Long time since I looked at gold. Let's go look at gold, guys. Let's go look at gold. Metals and stuff up here. Gold. This is a gold. Let's see up here weekly time frame. Yeah, this is enough. Oh, this is a nice one. Yeah, this is a nice one. This is on weekly time frame, so it's gonna take like a lot of time. Like this has been playing for a lot of time. Let's see up here. Yeah, this is definitely some kind of a cup and handle pattern for me up here. Depends on where you put the handle and you know, cup and handle. Are we gonna use the top up here, or are we gonna use this one up here? I think you're gonna break some kind of 2000 levels up here. I think you're gonna break 2000 levels up here. And then what's the target for this thing? Right? This is a logarithmic chart, so it should be, you know, maybe gold is gonna go to 3000. How much is that? I don't know how much is that, but you know, how much is that right now? That's something like you're gonna get 60% on gold. If this multi-year since 2012, if gold creates this, you know, cup and handle after 2000 since 2012, and this is gonna take a while, right? You go up here, then you still need to wait, you know, 3-4 years to get 60%. So if you buy, guys, if you buy gold right now, in 3 years, if this plays out, you're gonna get 60%. Okay. The entire crypto market chart is going to dump hard. Not enough fear in the markets yet. I suspect we slow bleed back down to lower 40s before we get our much needed bounce. I don't know, man. I've been calling for a bounce. I'm not really bearish right now. I know what I don't want to happen. I know what I don't want to happen, but I'm not really bearish, right? But I know I do not want to go below the 46. See the hidden bullish div on weekly. There could be short-term bounce. Short-term bounce. Okay, let's go check it out. Let's go check out weekly short-term bounce. Yeah, you're talking about this one up here, right? That's nice and dandy, but this is not played. This is not over yet. Unfortunately, this is not over yet. What we need up here is this candle up here. We need this candle to be green. If this is green, then we got you know, we got divergence, hidden bullish divergence up here. But it's not yet played out, you know. And these divergences, they are lagging indicators. So you need this candle up here to become green. Now this is all good, and then this is, you know, engulfing candle and stuff like that. But I think you still need this this one to be green. Or maybe this already played out. That's why we bounced a little bit towards the upside. Maybe it's already played out. But if you know, if this start continuing to downside, then you don't have anything. Right? That's why we say we don't look at RSI for pumps and dumps. You know, we just, my God, 1 minute chart is getting me emotional. Yeah, 1 minute chart is gonna do that to you, man. But I don't get why people coming from crypto say stock market is crashing when it's only doing 5% pullbacks. In general, usually a lot of money comes in to the market. I think it doesn't look too bad for crypto. Maybe we're gonna see how this is actually happening. I actually don't know how, you know, that's a very interesting point, man. That's a very interesting point. And if you go to the what time, you know, Okay, let's check out this quick. If you go to the stock markets, right? Let's go up here. Let's go to S&P 500. Now let's go to the Dow Jones. Let's go to the Dow Jones. And where is the general? Let's see monthly candles. And you know, let's remove everything up here because we don't need it. And we're gonna just use, like, you know, this is January. So this is January, that's red. So, you know, your theory about this is January, this is also red. This is January, this is all. So your theory about January being good, it's not actually that good, man. Okay, this is the only candle out of these last 4 years. This is the only candle where January was good, and you know, February was bad. You know, bad, good, bad, 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 good. You know, so I don't know. I don't think you can say that, you know, that you know, just one. You know, I don't think you can say that, you know, this month or that month is good, because I see a lot of people saying, okay, this month is very good. You know, it's not like that. Chaco Ban, Magnus, don't confuse and belittle gold. Man, listen, I'm not saying that, but you know, if you wanna keep your, you know, if you wanna keep $1,000, you know, still being $1,000 in, you know, 3 years, yeah, go gold. You know, if you wanna, you know, have $1,000 become $1 million, go into something else. You know, that's all I'm saying. You're not gonna get rich on gold if you don't do some kind of insane leverage or something like that. January is always Bitcoin. You know, gold is not gonna go from 2,000, you know, 200,000. Everybody knows that. It's just not gonna do that. So, since gold is not gonna go to 200,000, you're not gonna get rich. I mean, you can get 60% up, but you know, people that have billions and billions, they like 60% up in 3 years. That's nice. That's very good. But you know, people that got like 2,000, it's like 60. What you gonna do with 60% over 3 years, man? I can sniff Peter Schiff here. Like, sure, gold is gonna be here forever. Like, I'm not saying anything against gold. I'm just saying it's not an asset you wanna, you know, you're not gonna get rich with that. You know, you can always also invest in, you know, Pokemon cards or Lego or stuff like that. It's a high risk, you know. It can pay off, but you know, it's gonna do like 200, you know, 200x or something like that. I don't know. Gold aim is not to take you rich. We know, man, Chaco Ban. We know what the aim of the gold is. We know what aim of the gold is. Okay, let's go back. That was boring. Bitcoin. Are we seeing the bounce? Are we seeing the bounce? Let's see one here. Yeah, there is the bounce. So we call the bottom down here on this wick down here. If this breaks towards the up here, it just might do nicely. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. I don't want to, you know, do this all day long. Thanks for stopping by. Hit the like button on the way out. Every single day, 9 AM Central European time, on the dollar, we do this live stream because we gotta know. We gotta know what's happening with Bitcoin. Anyways, guys, we'll be back on the dailies, so we're gonna see you around. Bye-bye. Where is the outro?
That was genius. Thank you. Thank you. You guys did it. No, it's you.